If you could ask your future self, what are the top 5 regrets that you have through retirement? Get those answers now and then go back and avoid them. That's what we want to work through in this video. So we're going to cover the top 5 regrets that we see with our elderly clients that are at the end of life and through retirement. The number one regret we see is they have more than they expected later in life, meaning that they got to their 80s, their 90s, and their bucket of savings is still really big. They did not spend enough early. And a lot of people later in life say, if I knew I had this much money, I would have spent a lot more money earlier. And that really comes down to the laddered income approach in retirement. So when you hit retirement, you want your retirement plan to have a bit of a laddered income strategy. That means more money from about retirement to about age 75. From 75 to 85, scale it down a little bit. And from 85 onwards, scale it down a bit again. And again, that shows you, okay, we can spend this much money earlier and still be okay later in life. It really allows you to make sure you don't get to end of life with a lot of money in your RSP. Not only do you have more money that you can spend at that point, but potential tax bill to CRA. Now, a lot of you fire back and say, Adam, but if I spend money early, I need money later because I'm going to go into a care facility. Now, the reality is most of you won't go into a care facility. The second reality to it is most of you will be fully covered. Now, most care facilities, private or public, are based on how much income you have. And that's why drawing down the RSP, having lower taxable income, even if you have millions of dollars in a TFSA account, most care facilities will look at your income, CPP, OAS, but mainly your RIF account. So if you're wiped that out by then you're in a great position. So make sure that you don't leave too much to the end because A, it's going to create maybe more money that you have to pay for the care facility. But secondly, don't have those regrets of not doing things early in retirement. Have a proper plan so that you go spend your money, enjoy your travel and good years and healthy years earlier in retirement. The second regret is working too long. Now, a lot of you love your job, you love what you do, the people around you, all of that. But a lot of you hold on to your job because you're fearful or you respect, or however you want to put it, your boss. You don't want to leave them. You don't want to leave them high and dry. We have clients like this. They're working into their late 60s, early 70s because my company hasn't found someone to replace me and I feel bad. The reality is most of those people 20 years later will look back and say, you know what? I wasted a lot of good, healthy years and I didn't enjoy them the way I should have. So if you're someone getting close to retirement, you've run your plan, you can afford to retire, worry about yourself. Take care of yourself because everyone else is taking care of themselves. Trust me. You need to look after yourself. So run the numbers with your planner. If you're on track and you're able to financially retire, don't let, my job hasn't been replaced or anything like that, hold you back from retiring. Before we jump into the third one, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I know a lot of you watch on TV. It takes 2 seconds. Jump on your phone, computer, whatever it is. Join the channel. We do release 2 brand new videos every single week around tax, estate, and retirement planning. The third regret is not traveling more. And for any of you that know people in their late 60s and 70s and 80s, that can end quick. So you could be traveling this week and next week it'll be done. Medical issue, you can't travel, you can't get travel insurance. It can end unexpectedly. So when you have the health, when you're able to travel, make sure you take advantage of that. And some of you don't care about traveling, you don't want to travel, and that's totally fine. It might even be driving across Canada. Whatever it is that you have kind of on your bucket list, start checking off that bucket list as early and as quickly as possible. And again, that's the biggest regret a lot of our retirees have is, I pushed stuff off and now I can't do it. Like I had a medical issue come up, I can't get travel insurance or it's way too expensive. And it's just something I'm never going to be able to do. And that's really it. They will never, ever, ever be able to do that trip, that excursion, whatever it was they wanted to do. So make sure that you get those done earlier in retirement when you're able to. The fifth mistake is not picking up a new hobby in retirement. So as you work, you're busy at work, you have kind of that vocation, the fulfillment, and you hit retirement and you're not finding stuff to do. You're spending time with friends, whatever it is. We all have things that take up our time, but a lot of people regret not picking up a new hobby or vocation. So as you enter into retirement, I've said this before, try and enter into something. So retire to something versus retiring from something. A lot of us will retire from our job. We don't know what we're going to other than, hey, I'm not going to work anymore. And amen to that, because a lot of you don't like going to work. But I encourage you all to retire to something. Have a new hobby, have a vocation, have a passion that you can retire to. And that could be a plethora of things. It could be a million options on this list. But you probably have some. We have a client right now that's retiring to like aqua swimming lesson stuff. And that's great. Like it could be anything, something passionate. So again, she's going to start doing that. It's not about the money. It's about I'm doing something that I've always wanted to do. What's your thing? Retire to that. The fifth and final regret, and to me, this is probably the number one thing, and you know, my wife and I talk about this daily, is not taking care of your health, taking care of your body, moving your body enough as you get older and walk through retirement. It's really important. You might have a physical job and you retire, and again, you don't have that hobby or anything, or maybe your hobby is non-movement, and you don't take care of your body. You're eating more, you're at home more, it's easier to eat, easier to snack, you're not moving as much, and health starts to take its toll. Remember, when you retire, statistically for most of you, you have 5 to 10 years, maybe up to 15 if you retire early, of like good healthy years left. And if you take care of yourself, you can extend that. Now, you know, kind of God willing, because we don't know if we're gonna have a health issue, but look, the better you take care of your body, the better it will take care of you. Right? So let's take care of our bodies. Let's move. Let's have activities. Let's eat well. Let's be careful of what we put into our body. Get lots of sun. And this is one good thing about traveling. Typically it's somewhere warm. Get your vitamin D in. Stay healthy. And we have a client that's 99 years old. And he always says the reason I've lived to this point, and he was able to do a lot of stuff right into his early 90s, is he took care of himself. He moved. He still moves every day. He still does physio, body movement, that kind of stuff with someone 3 days a week, which is amazing at the age of 99. So take care of your body, keep it moving, and watch what you put in your body, and don't regret it down the road.